Hey there, in this video I'm going to tell you why you need to invest in a satellite communicator, and I'm going to give you some stories of times where they came in super handy and stories of when they would have made the world a difference. So let's jump into it. This is a Garmin inReach Mini and a Zoleo. I have a video that I did on both of these to compare them. I'll link that at the end. But this video is just to kind of tell you why you should get a communicator, whatever kind it is. It's so you can communicate. It's pretty simple. Times where it has come in super handy. There was a time where my dad forgot his tag on opening weekend, like headed out, wasn't seasoned yet, in the night, and he was able to message me quickly and just say, hey, I forgot my tag, it's on the mantle, grab it. And I was able to quickly turn around because we took two different vehicles, and he was already in the mountains, and I was able to go back, get the tag, bring it out to him. If we didn't have a satellite communicator, we would just have to drive back to town and spend, another 3 hours driving before hunting season. Another time where it was super handy was when I broke down in our 4Runner. It wouldn't start. And I did everything I could to figure out, what was wrong. I checked the battery cables, messed with anything I could, but I didn't know where the starter was. I was able to use the inReach and talk to my dad, tell me where it was, tell me what to do, and I was able to get it started and moving, and I got home. If I didn't, someone would have had to come out and get me, and it would have been just this huge inconvenience for anybody involved. Another time, which I talked about on my other videos, is when I used my Zoleo to communicate back and forth with my wife when we had a situation with police officers who needed to get in the house because there was a break-in in the neighborhood, and I was able to just talk back and forth with my wife super easily, super quick, and she had peace, or she knew, she was able to communicate to me, and all was well, and everyone was fine. The times where it would have been great to have a communicator. There was one time, probably almost 10 years ago, probably 1 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the morning, my dad called me and said, hey, Mike hasn't came home. He was out trapping. And he's like, do you know where his trap line is? The one that you guys needed to go check or whatever. And because I had helped him go check traps, and I had no idea. I was just there for the joyride, and I didn't pay attention to which mountain range or anything. So I had zero information to help my dad. All we knew is that he went out to check traps, and he wasn't home. 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. So he'd actually got stuck in the snow. Took him hours to get out of there. He got home around 4 a.m. And I think my dad went out to go look for him and stuff, but just like, what are you supposed to do? You can't tell anybody at home you're stuck, and the people at home can't reach you. This is before we had satellite communicators, or at least before we purchased one. So the other time, it's kind of a more intense situation where I think I was 9 or 10, headed home from a hunt with my brother and my dad, and someone had rolled their vehicle on the road bad. They were hanging out of the vehicle with their seatbelt, compound fracture in the arm. I mean, you could see it was horrible. It was bad. All we had was a CB radio. So, my dad showed me how to work the radio. We tried to get some help, and I just worked on the radio trying to get somebody while they helped the person. And nobody answered on the CB. So, luckily, the next vehicle that showed up, one was not a mechanic, a paramedic. He stayed, and the other guy drove in town to get help. So that's another 45-minute drive, and then scramble people, come out and get him to the scene, and all was well. She got taken care of, but that time, it could have got really bad if the accident was worse, or the damage or the injury was worse. So, if we would have had a satellite communicator, we could have just messaged our wives at home, said, hey, there's a wreck here, this person needs help. Please, call 911, get people out here. Would have saved time. So that was way back in the day before we had satellite communicators. Maybe satellite phones were available, but probably not. That was a long time ago. But now I have a satellite communicator. I got the inReach Mini and the Zoleo. My brother and my dad both have the Garmin Explorer Pluses, the inReaches, and we communicate. We stay safe as much as we can, and those things are lifesavers. So that's just a few stories of why it's worth it to pay a couple $100 or more for a satellite communicator, so you can keep people posted, and if you break a leg, you hurt yourself, you get bit by a rattlesnake, you can get the help you need. So that's my advice. Be safe, have fun. Thanks for watching.